like your history. How did you get started as a YouTuber, singer, songwriter?
I'm not Jenn.
You're not Jenn.
My real name is not Jenn. Oh, nobody knew this. What? Okay, so let's start with what my real name is. I guess that's the best way to begin.
Yeah?
My real name is...
Hey hustlers! So today I'm super excited because like guess what? I got Jenn Chia or SoImJenn onto the show today, and I'm at her beautiful office, really cool space, and I'm pretty much a fanboy as well, so I'm super excited to have Jenn here, right? Don't blame me if I'm a little bit awkward also because you know.
Don't worry, I'm a very awkward person as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so we can awkward together.
Okay, so thanks for coming onto the show once again, right?
Excited.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of people know you already, but for those who don't know about you, why don't you tell our audience, like your history? How did you get started as a YouTuber, singer, songwriter?
I'm not Jenn.
You're not Jenn.
My real name is not Jenn. Oh, nobody knew this. What? Okay, so let's start with what my real name is. I guess that's the best way to begin.
Yeah?
My real name is Chia. So Chia is real.
Chia.
Jenn Chia. Chia is real. Yen Yi.
Chia Yen Yi.
How Chinese is it?
Chinese! Wow.
So yeah, my real name is Chia Yen Yi. I gave myself the name Jenn because I was working in One Utama concierge. My boss at that time, she couldn't remember my name and she was like, "Aya, do you have another name?" So I was thinking of Yen. She couldn't pronounce Yen Yi apparently.
Okay.
So I was thinking of something, I was thinking of Yen at first, but I was like, why don't I put the word Jenn and added the redundant N to just make it look a little bit weird and quirky, and then this just happened. So that was where I started, Jenn. And then it followed me through college all the way up to now. So I like the name Jenn, and right now when I even have a necklace that's like J.
Right.
Because it's not really like my birth name. I like the idea of calling remembering that, you know, you make your own destiny. Even your own name, you can just put it. So that is kind of like the intro to my life. Yen Yi was the girl who was easily manipulated, naive. Jenn is someone who is strong-willed, volatile, and but essentially very passionate with what I do.
Right.
Yeah. So let's talk about how it all started. I did YouTube first. That was the first social media that I think a lot of people kind of enjoyed doing, like just creating content on YouTube. And then from there, I somehow was from doing music all the way to talking cock. Can I say cock?
Yeah.
Completely.
Can completely explicit.
Oh,
it's
I love
fine.
it. Okay, so from making videos to talking cock online, and I realized talking cock made me more relevant to more people. So instead of just singing songs, I talk cock, and sometimes I match both together. So got this song called...
So you sing cock?
Almost like that, actually, almost like that. The punchline for this song is circumcision. So the song is called... The song is called It Started With a Sip of Alcohol. That was a joke song that I wrote for New Year's Eve, and it just blew up on Facebook. Like right now, I think probably about 3 million, 4 million views.
Wow.
So it's really, really cool, and that's when I realized like what brings meaning to my work is when someone comments something like, "Oh, I had a shitty day, but your videos made it better." That's why I do what I do. It makes me feel really good that like my weird brain can make someone's day like a little bit better, make life a bit more bearable. So,
right.
Yeah, that's about me.
Okay, so like you mentioned that YouTube was your first platform, social media platform, right? So what was your first video about music?
Yeah, actually, the first video I uploaded is a song I wrote, and the song is called "I Can't Find the Light." It's actually a song about death and religion, or the lack of, and that was a song, the first song I've ever written and performed on YouTube.
Right, and that was, I think you mentioned to me it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago, dude. I'm old, man. I'm old.
So like, how do you know that you had to change direction to like, you know, that kind of entertainment sort of content rather than just writing songs?
You know what? That's a really good question. I think at that time, Ginny Boy, The Ming Thing, Grim Film, Joseph Germani, and one more, Dan Koo. So they were the top 5 comedic, I want to say that, top 5 YouTubers in Malaysia. There's the urban market. And they make funny videos, and I was so inspired by that. But I also realized that they're all men predominantly. And I wanted to know if I could challenge the norm that women cannot be funny, you know. I want to challenge that. I'll see if I can. So I made my first video. It's called Live as a Malaysian Musician. And that would kind of coincide with the fact that I got the chance to open for David Choi. Yeah, so it was really, really cool, and I needed a way to announce that instead of just say, oh, it's cool, I'm performing for David Choi. I thought, like, why don't I kind of document or make a little skit of the life of a Malaysian musician, and that was a talk-up video, like but got a sprinkle of truth in it.
Right.
And that got about 10K views the first 2 days, and it was a really big deal for me. And that was when I realized, like, I enjoy making comedy skits.
Right. Okay, so right now, what would you say is your split in terms of focus? Like, I mean, I know you like writing music, I know you like singing, but what about like the talk elements? Like, what's your creative process behind coming up with content, essentially? I
think I don't have a direction. I don't like having a direction when it comes to content creation, because then it limits me to like what I can or cannot do, and I don't really like that. I think last year I kept making a lot of like funny videos, and I limited myself. I felt like every video I created needed to be funny, and I didn't want that this year for me especially. So I would say I'm passionate about content creation, and how I get inspired is by my environment. So when, for example, I'm on the LRT and I'm just looking and something just inspires me and I want to create something about it, I just do it. Or the other day when John, he dragged me to the car park to eat durian, because don't eat in the office.
Right.
So dragged to the car park, eat durian. And I'm there, and I realized, hey, the car park looks kind of cool. And I decided it would be kind of awesome to like shoot some dance moves here. And bam, with that incision of that little idea planted, I did a short dance video right at the car park. So it's like things like that.
The Stranger Things one?
Yeah, that one. So like things like this.
So you guys shot it right there and then?
No.
Okay,
We needed planning. So I needed to learn the dance, because it's actually a dance cover. It's not, I did not choreograph it. I cannot choreograph dance. So I learned the dance, and then that night itself, John and we went to the car park to film it, to test shot, and then we knew the things that we wanted. Next day we shot it, and then that was it. So the reason why I brought this up is, like, I don't like to limit myself to what I can or cannot do. Whether I want to do comedy, whether I want to do something lifestyle, and right now what I've been doing is Weekends with Jenn. Together with my team, we've got Paul, John, and we do Weekends with Jenn because the idea is to inspire people to go out during the weekends, to do some kind of activity with your friends or by yourself or anything. So that makes me feel a little bit more meaning to like just doing funny stuff to entertain people. I hope to inspire people to do more stuff, like outdoors.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have this WhatsApp group of buddies who I play futsal with, and it turns out there are quite a few of your fans over there as well, right?
Wow.
So ask them, hey,
Okay.
do you guys have any questions to ask Jenn?
Okay.
And some of them ask me, how the hell are you so funny?
How the hell am I so funny?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Where do you get your sense of humor from?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a really good question. I should be asking myself. I'm going through this existential crisis. Existential crisis right now. I'm trying to figure out why am I a funny girl. Let me think. I don't know how.
Were you like this since you were younger? I'm just gonna dive deep.
I don't remember. I just love the idea of entertaining people. I love the idea of making people laugh. I think I have this need to make people happy. I always like to make people comfortable, and I think it's a psychological thing. And whenever actually, I can share this memory with you.
Okay.
John will tell me that I'm bullshitting, but I believe in this so hard. So
Okay.
I even have a photo to prove this. I think I was either 1.5 years old or 2 years old. I remember I was in Seremban and I sat down there. I couldn't talk. I couldn't really like move. But I remember my family was around. And I knew somehow that if I put my big toe in my mouth, it will get a reaction. I still remember that, and I don't know how. I don't know why, but I remember that, and I did it. And then I remember people laughing, and my mom took a photo of it.
Wow. So you're a born entertainer at 2 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like that goes to, you start to think, nature versus nurture. Am I born like this? Are people born entertainers, or are they just like trained to be entertainers? Can it be trained? Stuff like that. I don't know. But what I can share is that memory made me realize that I love the idea of just bringing joy to people. I'm obsessed with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that what motivates you every single day? I mean, in your line.
Yeah,
of work?
because like it's fun. It's fun making people happy. Yeah. So to answer the question, why the hell am I so funny? Is I think I figured out, like, I love to watch people. I
Okay.
love to emulate people. And I think like, the Auntie Xiao, let's just talk about Auntie Xiao, how I formulated that character. So Auntie Xiao is a combination of someone I met at an event. She is an elderly lady who is hip and happening. Her hair, purple color, short. She's so cool. And is mixed with my actual auntie, who is like this, and she's very nice. She brings everyone in a bit flamboyant like this, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And so it's like a mash of them, and I found it so hilarious because it's like you don't let your age affect what you wear, what you say, and what you do. And so that I thought that was a hilarious thing.
So that's how you built that Auntie Xiao
Built the
persona.
character. Yeah. So then I guess how I be funny is I must first find it funny. So
And
like, I
then-
love to watch comedy. I love to watch stand-up comedies. I like to watch movies and like Stephen Chow. Stephen
so-
Chow is hilarious.
I don't know, my girlfriend,
Yeah.
she doesn't really dig Stephen Chow, but Stephen Chow formed a huge part of my childhood,
Yes.
right?
I mean, like
yeah.
his comedy can be a little bit like slapstick, but
Yeah. It's
you
like,
see,
oh my
right
god,
now,
why so stupid, right?
yeah. But right now, if you watch it, you can understand like his old stuff. He did not need any CGI or whatever to make something funny, and it's just the camera work. So like, I love him. He really he has defined the way I view comedy. Yeah.
Right.
So that's actually my dad. My dad is the one that introduced me to Stephen Chow. 周星馳啊。
周星驰。
係啊。
Ah,
You like to do that?
right, okay.
Yeah.
So let's take it back a little bit. What did you do before, starting all of this?
What did I do? Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
I
you
studied-
mentioned that you worked at a concierge at a mall previously,
Concierge, yeah.
and
I
that was when you were
was in college.
in college.
And I did a lot of odd jobs, like I was a shampoo girl, I was a concierge attendant, I did voiceover, I was singing jingles, but after college, I studied psychology and communications. And then after college, I came out, I didn't want to do anything to do with music, I didn't want to do anything to do with psychology or communications. I went into production because I wanted to put myself, I want to throw some chaos in my life because I cannot be stagnant. I get really frustrated. I feel very stale. So I threw myself into this production company, not knowing anything to do with production. A gaffer tape and a gaffer, is there a difference? Yes, one's a tape, one's a human being. Do you know that?
I don't know. I don't even know what a gaffer is.
Yeah, see, I also didn't know. But that's the thing, like, throwing myself in that environment just made me realize like, oh, this is cool, that is cool. And I learned, it's exciting. It's like you're kind of paid to learn, you know?
Right.
And that made me fall in love with production. So I was a producer for a long while, for about a year, and I was doing copywriting at the same time. And from there, I quit my job. I quit everything to pursue YouTube.
Did you make your first ad revenue or anything before you quit?
No.
Hustler, right?
This is called no planning.
So what pushed you to quit your job? Like, you know, like for me, at one point when I was working with the FMCG company, so I was 24 at that time, right? So I asked the boss, hey, how old did you start this company? And he told me 24. And I told myself this, you know, I wanted to work for 2 years, gain some experience, and then quit my job. But I was already working for 3 years. There was something stopping me, right? I don't know, anxiety, self-doubt, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
But I spoke to my boss and I asked him, hey, like, when did you start this company? And he told me 24 years old. And that was like, okay, I have to do something about my life now. So did you have like a moment like that? Or like...
I'm not driven by money.
Which is cool.
I'm driven by the recognition. So like, for example, like I put in 1 week of my full attention to this project. That money should reflect the amount of work put into it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not chasing like, oh, I need the most money. I need the money that is just accurate for that.
Right.
Just enough. Yeah. So because I'm not driven by money, I'm driven by the love to create. And when I am so focused on producing for other people, I have no more mental capacity or power to produce for myself. So I love the idea of calling the shots and making my own videos, how low budget it is or high production it is. At least I can say that I conceptualized, I ideated this concept. There's a really, really powerful feeling that drives me.
I see. So what pays the bills during that time? Since you're not really, I know you're not driven by money, that's fine, but you know, when you just quit, like, did you have like some money saved up somewhere?
Yeah. I live a very simple life. Yeah, so like I save a lot of money from doing my VOs, doing my copywriting and stuff. So that money just slowly chipped away. So like when I go holiday also, it's not really holiday. I go and like look at things and I feel like the feeling of paying for a holiday is very difficult because I worked so hard for this money. I don't deserve to spend it, that feeling. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So with all the savings, I decided to try to dive into creating my own videos, getting equipment and stuff. And I'm really glad to have John there with me at that time. It was a very character-defining moment for me because he supported me. Imagine if I was with someone like you would say, no lah, don't do it yet because you have no money, you don't know whether you'll work or not. Like you wouldn't push me to do it if I didn't have proper savings.
Right.
And I wouldn't say I have proper savings. Let's put it that way, I'm poor as shit, okay? So now I'm like happy, can afford things, okay? So, but at that time, John and I, we were both like he was a struggling musician, I was a struggling musician. Like, we didn't know what we want to do, but we were both so driven by the love to create that we just decided to push it. And without him supporting me, I wouldn't have gone the next way because my parents would just questioned my decision. They were like, girl, you sure?
You sure what? You sure you want to leave? Quit your job?
You sure? Is this YouTube thing? All this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think I find that extremely relatable because I don't know, my parents, they were, you know, the standard Asian tiger parents, you know,
right.
Where they work full-time jobs until 50 plus and then retire, and then they asked me to do the same thing, you know, but I'm straying away from that path and they were like, oh my god, Jeremy, what are you doing? And it's emotionally tiring to have your parents or close loved ones doubt you when you're trying to pursue something. And I was lucky enough to have like an extremely supportive girlfriend also during that time. You know, in this day and age, can you imagine if I had say, 10,000 ringgit in my bank account, and I say, I want to quit my job, I'm gonna start my own thing. I think no sane girl would agree to dating you as a
Yeah.
guy, right?
Depending on what
You have to be a little bit
depending on what
cuckoo,
you're
I
trying
think.
to do first. If you're doing it, I feel like if you're doing it for fame, you're doing it. Actually fame is people chasing fame is not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with people thinking that's what they want to do, like based on the societal norm. I feel like if you want to do it, you believe in it, and it makes you happy, chase it. But if you're doing it just because your friends are doing it, just because it's
Peer
a trend
pressure.
now, whoa, that one I've got a problem. So
Yeah, trend.
but it's really cool. Like that's the thing. I think we can relate on this. Our partners were pinnacle to like the things that we wanted to pursue.
Yeah, and I think that's extremely important. You know, like, can you imagine if all of your loved ones think, what the hell are you doing with your life? Jeremy, Jenn / Jenn. It's not going to be easy, and I think it's very important to also pick your friends wisely, because there are just some friends that I wouldn't really call them friends anymore, I think. But
Whoa!
no
Call
drama.
them out! Call them out!
No drama, but there will be people who will doubt you and put you down, and at one point I was just distancing myself from all this negativity, because I think I was under a lot of pressure
So I
myself.
got a question. When is it friends doubting you, and when is it friends giving you tough love? How do you differentiate that?
I think doubt will be quite irrational. They'll be saying stuff like behind your back, saying like, I don't think Jeremy can do it, for example. Or I don't think Jeremy should do it. No logical explanation, but the real people who are showing you tough love, in my opinion, will be the devil's advocate. He'll come and ask you, hey, what's your
Like
business plan?
poking holes in
Yeah,
your business plan.
what are you going to do? How are you going to make money? What are you going to sell? Why would people prefer you? You know,
Okay. So
playing
it's
devil's
taking the
advocate.
time, taking the time to understand your rationale before telling you can't do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
as
sense.
simple as that, right? So, anyways, back to you.
Right.
You're the star today.
No,
Now stop asking me questions.
This is my first time meeting Jeremy, so like it'd be nice to just share our stories, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I saw that stop motion video that you did. I don't know for which brand,
Can
but
I mention brand?
you can.
Jo Malone London. I love them
Right.
so much. Like properly.
So, like, that video was for Jo Malone London.
Yeah.
And it's. Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
So,
You know?
Jo Malone London, I've worked with them this is my second year, I think. I always feel like I needed to up my game for each video. So the first video with Jo Malone London, because they're a bit of an atas brand, I needed to show my repertoire. Like I don't just do hello, 大家好, that kind of thing. I also like to pursue stuff that is a little bit more, I would say, tastefully done. And so the first video is called On The Way. I wanted to do really cool transitions and stuff like that, and my team executed it beautifully. Then the next one we did how we first met. It was John and I, our first time sharing how we first met, and we did a full kind of like stop motion and kind of like, you know, Modern Family, like documentary kind of vibe. And that video just did so well on Facebook. Sorry guys.
It's fine. Like I don't think you can pick it up. Can I?
Okay. So we cut this part out. Did so well on Facebook, on all my platforms. And that was when I knew like, okay, I need to up my game again and again and again. And then the last one, the most recent one that I did was the stop motion. And I had the option to do like a normal stop motion that is a little bit smaller in terms of the scale. So it could be like just maybe 3D models or something like that, or clay or something. And I said, no, let's go big. And we decided to do like a full body scale stop motion. And
With you, say farting at that.
ready? So after that, I knew that the third one needed to be even better, or in terms of like the production, it needed to be really different.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So always gotta up my game, up my game, up my game. So it needed to be a stop motion because I've never done a stop motion before with that scale, the full body scale. I didn't want it to be a normal, typical, like a simple, small scale thing. I needed it to be a full body thing, and being able to work with the team who's willing to do something crazy like that. I've never seen in Malaysia just yet that people do full stop motion like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the backing from Malone London, with a team who's willing to be crazy and an art department who is absolutely professional, we managed to do it. And I remember this was like a 36 hour shoot. It should have been a 3-day shoot, but I did not have enough budget for that, so we had to put everything in 2 days. I fainted twice. yeah.
From?
Because you're lying down, and then you've got that block. I was putting this block at the back of my head, and lying down like that, I remembered for 4 hours straight, I couldn't really do a lot of things, and a lot of like the blood flow was not there. And so when I stood up, I thought I'm gonna rush off to do my hair and makeup. And as I was running there, I could feel my body feeling a bit woozy, and I started just flopping. And then Paul, I remember, was there. He just ran. He was like, "What's going on?" And then the next thing I remember was like, "Huh? Where? What?" That feeling, yeah, because of the blood flow, and it plays tricks on with your brains, man. So anybody who wants to attempt a full body stop motion, I think is really important. When you stand up, you take it slow, and you stretch.
Don't run.
Yeah, and you stretch every now and then so that your blood, is regulated.
So it took 36 hours.
About 36 hours, yeah.
How long did you sleep in between? Did you sleep in between?
No, I don't remember.
Wow.
I don't remember. I was so tired.
That's dedication. I mean, you nearly fainted twice from shooting that video.
Yeah, and then I cried the second time because I cried the second time because when I flopped back, I came up, and then my eyes just started pouring, and I didn't really know why. So it's like, it's really a weird feeling because I started breaking down, and that's just, I think, because of the blood flow, something to do with that.
Here's a question for you. Will you do it again knowing that you will faint twice?
I would do it again. I would do it again with a bigger budget, meaning I can hire more crew so that...
And you can stretch it out.
And I can stretch it out. So then we can take our time to perfect each shot. Yeah, I would definitely do it again because there's nothing more charming and meaningful than a stop motion video because there's no way to trick it. Everything's handmade. Everything is done one piece by one piece, and it took about 1 hour to shoot 3 seconds of the video. Yes, guys! That's the stats we calculated and realized, like on average, 1 hour for 3 seconds of the full video.
Wow.
Insane, but it's so much fun.
Absolutely
So much fun.
insane.
Yeah.
So, you're a seasoned content creator, right?
I wouldn't say that lah, no lah.
You've been doing it for, what, 10 years?
I've been creating content, but lucratively it's been about only 3 years. 2 to 3 years.
So, what did you attribute your success? What changed from the 5th to the 6th year, say?
I don't understand your question.
Oops. So, what I meant was, so the first 6 years, not lucrative, right? What changed after that? Sorry, I'm a bit money-minded. So
No, it's very important. Let me think of what made it. I'm just gonna be like really boring and answer this question. Truthfully, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. That's the truth. Because whatever content I do has always been because I want to do it. And it's never been like, oh, I'm doing it to make money. Do you know what I mean? Because content, if you focus on the money part and you don't get the money part, it's depressing. You don't get the views, you don't get the likes, it just brings you down and makes you not want to create. And so when I learned that like the love of creating video, it has to come from within and not extrinsically motivated.
By money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It sounds a little bit millennial, a bit touchy-feely, I know. But that's the truth. Yeah.
So, okay, say if one of our listeners right now or watchers wants to do what you do, what kind of advice would you give them? Three advice.
Do it because you love it.
Do it because you love it.
Yeah, seriously. Because if you don't love it, you will get depressed because you're chasing the fame, you're chasing the likes. You will go down on this weird path. That's a whole new story to talk about if you want to dive into it about mental health.
Let's do
that's
that.
number one.
Let's do that.
Number two, because you said three advice. Number two is authenticity has to come first all the time. Whenever I work with brands, it's always brands that I've used their product before. I love their products, or it's their vision I stand behind. Because you are nothing without your followers. You are nothing without people who support you. And if you trick them, you're saying something you don't believe in, just because of money, they will know it on. Yeah. So I can share with you this one story. There's this camera brand that wanted to get me to review their product and say good things about it. I couldn't. It was not a camera that I would say good things about. I did not believe in it. And what happened was it cost me a lot of money. I had to stand my ground and say that I don't believe in your product, and I cannot say that it's a good vlogging camera when the autofocus is so slow. And the agency was so rude to me. She replied me this email saying something like, "Do you know who you are? Like, who do you think you are? You're getting paid for this. They're a client. How can you say stuff like that?" It really it put me through this. I started to question my values and like, do I sound like a diva? And then I went through this 3 months of I went into this depressive state, and it's very dangerous because like I had suicidal thoughts. I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know? So that was the beginning of this mental maladaptive way of looking at things. And that was when I realized that I cannot let brands make me feel like I have to say something just because they are paying me money. Because my followers, I cannot sleep at night if I know that
You're lying to them.
Yeah, no.
Essentially.
Not just that. Like, okay, this camera is like, for example, maybe about $2,000, $3,000, and someone saved that money to buy the camera. I don't think that's ethical when you don't believe in a product and you're there saying, "Oh, this is a great product." And I mean, I know you need to make money, but make money ethically lah, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I really, really believe in, because these are the values that nobody can take away, and it lasts longer than fame.
Makes a lot of sense. So, surprisingly, no, just kidding. So, you know, when you mentioned that you went into a lot of trouble because of the camera company, I mean, you lost a lot of money there.
It's a potential big job, one of my biggest jobs, and I lost it.
Oh, that's not losing because you haven't made it yet. I think that's fine.
I guess so. You damn money-minded. For me, it's a
That's
lost
why I
opportunity.
started this podcast, right? Huh?
Yeah, that was like a really, really big lost opportunity to be able to work with a big brand.
Yeah, but I guess, so when you say you entered that depressive state, right? What do you think triggered that? Like, you started questioning yourself a lot?
Yeah, like, because I was totally new. I had no manager. I didn't read enough about like social media marketing. I was just doing it by myself, and to have someone from an agency tell me, she's one of the directors by the way, to tell me things like, "Who do you think you are?" And it was a really rude email, and she just kept pressing me to do a review. I started questioning like, who am I to stand on my ground like this? I don't have a 2 million subscribers.
You're you.
Yeah, but at that time I'm like, why am I being so firm about this? And I asked myself questions like, I started to question all my decisions. And that was like a very dangerous state, because that's when I started to feel very shit about myself. And I have a tendency to be very critical of whatever I do. So that started I went into this really, really terrible hole, and every single day and night, I remember even dreaming about it, like people spitting in my face. I still remember that vision. Yeah, so that was very dangerous. So I feel like to do social media, I think you need to have a very healthy and strong mental health.
And you need to cut all the bullshit, right? And like just ignore all this negativity.
Yeah, it's
right?
not easy. It's easy.
How do you get out of that then?
I
I think it's a bit personal, but I don't know if...
get out of that. I think I did a lot of like bad habits. I drank a lot. I smoked.
You still smoke?
No,
Okay.
I stopped for like almost a year. So like I stopped doing all of that, and I told myself like, because I think the great thing is because I studied psychology, and I knew I began to identify certain traits that what was it? Traits, habits that are thought processes that were not my usual self. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to see people. I alienated myself from everyone. Like those were the things that were just not normal, not me. And it's a bit odd. So that's when I slowly got more and more kind to myself. Like I wake up in the morning and I give myself affirmation, listen to motivational podcasts and stuff like that. I did not go and see a shrink just yet. And at that time it was just like slowly be kind to myself step by step. So taking each day as it comes. So that was like how I slowly recovered.
Right. Okay. Like, do you still get, rude clients, like, right now?
Got clients say things like, how come you charge this much when the other person got more followers than you charge them? Stuff like that. And that really irritates me when instead of telling me like, this is your budget, you pitch me with someone else. When I've never pitched myself with anybody. I always stayed in my lane. I'm not like, the most prettiest, I don't make the craziest videos or whatever. I always stay in my lane. I'm not comparing myself to anybody. And to have this agency, never client, agency, compared me with this other influencer, where we do completely different things. I focus more on content and production, and I like to take my time to edit nice videos instead of here telling you holding this product and say this is a good product. I like to find interesting ways to talk about it. So that was another thing that John and I, we had to get over ourselves. Like we didn't want to be too personal with it and try to defend ourselves, but at the same time it's very disheartening. I think that's the word. It's the word, right? Disheartening.
Yeah.
Very disheartening to see that, or to hear from an agency pitching me against someone else and questioning my value. Oh, that one make me angry lah.
That will make you angry, yeah?
Because I stand behind what I do. I don't just do it without thinking. I care about your brand. When I talk about your brand, it's because I believe in it. And when I make a video, I make sure it is so damn good, it sells exactly what you want. Or at least make it informative for people to learn something. Yeah, so like a lot of things, a lot of nuances that certain agencies don't see. And that's a little bit unfortunate. But I just, again, stay in my lane.
Do you think you'll be able to bypass agency
I have.
and go directly to the client?
Certain brands I work direct.
Usually, I would assume that you would have a better experience working directly with clients.
Mostly.
Right?
But I say this, like, I'm still learning as well. Like, I'm learning to push and pull with clients. It's not about just saying yes all the time to a client. It's also about, because this is my platform and I'm going to be uploading on my channel, it should have my voice. Yeah, so I need to learn when it's about compromising as well.
Okay. Interesting.
No more questions for you, is it?
God.
Still thinking. I
actually wrote a list of questions.
Where's your list? Tattoo already? Tattoo here.
No, it's on my phone. Come.
Okay, come. Let's take the list, okay?
I'm still not very good at this.
Never mind.
You're like a
don't worry.
natural.
You got 20,
So
20 minutes before SD card runs out.
Whoa, 20 more minutes, huh?
Okay. How does one? Okay, this is my personal question. I want to learn as well. How do you get so, so good in front of the camera? I'm really awkward behind the camera, and this is like
Behind camera or in front of camera? Which one?
in front of the camera.
Okay. Just keep doing.
Just keep doing. Were you, like, oh my god, I'm speaking to a camera. Did you have that kind of feeling when you just started?
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at a camera right now, trying to figure out if I ever had that feeling. I think because I care about the audience a lot.
Because you
I
care about the
respect my
audience.
audience and I respect their time. They're watching this, so I make sure I put on a good show, or at least I talk about something that is of value. And that's number one. About interviewing people, it's not about trying to be gempak, it's about being honest. So like you're here, you're asking me honest questions, and I like that. It's a very personal thing. I mean, not all interviews can be like that, but I'm very lucky. Like it's cool that we're here just discussing stuff, right? So I think for me, it's about like I want to make sure my audience, whoever's watching this, I want to at least you take home something. Yeah. So audience first, which coincides with content.
Right. Okay. So I know you post on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Where else? Like, do you post on any other?
Oh, enough already.
Enough already. Yeah?
Enough already. Whoa. Too many things. Got TikTok now. All the kids. Whoa. TikTok. I used to be on TikTok and then no lah.
No.
It's very entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Watching TikTok, some kids they have so much time to make it so good, but for me, like I feel old, man. I want to again stay in my lane. I'm just not gonna jump on a trend just because it's trendy right now or everyone's doing it. I want to do it because it fits my personality and my
Right.
lane.
Your lane.
I will stay in my lane.
Okay. So this is a bit of a boring question,
Ask the name. Never mind.
right? You know that these publishers, like say Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, they're just not getting the user growth that they used to anymore last time.
Because everyone's on it.
Exactly. Which means you have more competition, right? Like creators, content creators in general have more competition, and these guys are trying to squeeze
To monetize.
and monetize the platform more by, I wouldn't call it stealing, but undercutting publishers like yourself
Okay?
and myself, right?
Right.
Do you have any plans to, what do you think is a good way to diversify your risk in these cases? Very, very business question, sorry.
Wow, I'm not a very business person. This is why you should ask John. I'm not a very business person. I just love to create.
Right. Okay.
I think to answer this is just upload everywhere.
Just upload everywhere.
Spray and pray.
So spray and pray and then
Yeah.
see results.
Yeah.
See the results coming from where lah.
Yeah, because you just never know. Like I stumbled upon this line because what got viral was on Facebook, and there was this video about me making puns with John at a store, and then it just went viral. And then from there, people just followed me on
YouTube.
and stuff like that. So it just happened. You cannot like plan these things. And like you said, social media these days, they are trying to monetize their platform and trying to make you pay for the reach. You can, I mean, if you have enough money, just invest. I think it's a good thing. But just know that, especially on Facebook, once they know that you can pay,
They make you pay even more.
they make you pay each time. So that's why on my Facebook, I'm always very clear to my clients, I'm not paying. You want to give me money to promote the video, so it's very difficult for me to say yes. I like organic views. Yeah.
Because these are people that are truly relevant to you. Like truly interested in what you have to
But
say.
I feel
right?
like 50% of my viewers on Facebook, they don't really get to see what I do because of the algorithm, and also like you said, it's oversaturation of content creators, and they're just everyday being bombarded by all these content, wow, funny content, this, that, and then I feel like I don't want to fight with that. Like if you like what I do and you follow me, you will check me out. Yeah. So it's a very boring answer for you. Like
It's fine,
you
it's a
gotta
boring
do it
question.
because you love it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The
I understand.
yeah.
But you also mentioned, just going back a little
Yeah.
bit, you mentioned that once Facebook knows that you can pay, they make you pay the next time over and over again. Does that mean that you have experienced this? Like when you've posted something on Facebook, you've boosted it, and your next video isn't as...
No, I've experienced this. I boosted when I started, way before. I think about 2 years ago, I started and I was boosting some of my videos that I knew that will be viral, and it did well because I paid. And it was just not a lot of money either. It was probably like $50, $100 just to give that little push. And then I kept doing it for about a few months. And then I stopped. And then Facebook contacted me. And one of the agents started to email me, hey, you know, like we have all these promos. Oh, let me help you to
Optimize your account.
Optimize your account.
Increase your reach. Improve your audience.
Oh, you know all this stuff, all the boring terms that I don't care about. But that was when I realized that, oh, okay, so I'm in that category, and I've spoken to other content creators and who they've got access to people working in Facebook, and they told me that this is one of the ways that they are. The moment they know that you can pay, they will just creep in to ask you to pay them more. So yeah, that's when I realized that, okay, never again.
I see. But if you say like, you know, it's 50 ringgit to boost one video, you're confident that that content will do well. Like, why not just pay, say, 50 ringgit to give it the initial?
Maybe ego
Ego
Maybe
don't want
ego
to pay.
Don't want to pay. I don't want to
pay Mark Zuckerberg.
You're never gonna get me, you know, like I just wanna. I mean, if it gets viral, it gets like 200k views, I'm happy. Yeah. So like, I don't need my 1 million anymore. Because it was very easy to get 1 million last time. I mean, I wouldn't say very easy. I would say easier. But now because of the shift in algorithm, it's difficult. It's difficult to like get that.
You said anymore.
It's been a while.
Right.
Yeah, I would say it's been
Is
a
it
while.
because you used to like say chase like for the views? Like is that like when you say this content does well, how do you judge each piece of content?
Because it makes me laugh. So if it makes me laugh, it should make other people laugh as well. Because I think my sense of humor is, I have a sense of humor. I can laugh at myself.
Okay.
The truth is that. Because if you don't laugh at things, then you're not, you know, your brain, you don't see things that way, right?
Yep.
So if it makes me laugh, it makes John laugh. I know both of us is like, we're both quite different.
So you think there's the mass appeal already?
Kinda. I mean, like, if it's out, it's out. Like, and then if it makes us laugh, then it should make other people laugh. That's how I kind of judge.
I see. So you're like a walking Disney.
How's
Because
that
you, like
walking?
Disney as a company, I mean, again, boring
No,
talk,
don't
okay?
say boring. You're educating me.
Disney's company's motto is very simple: make people happy. That's all. So you're a walking Disney, actually.
I'm a walking Disney. Discount version. Haram version.
Haram version. Okay. Last 2 questions before we end the show. Okay.
Sure.
First one. What do you do? What do you like doing during your free time?
I like watching videos on my free time, but I watch it like actively instead of like passively. Like for example, I love rewatching Modern Family over and over again. I think their writing is so smart, and the camera work, the way they bounce from one family to another family, and how they connect each scene. I like to rewatch it to just get inspiration.
So series on Netflix.
Yeah, so I like to watch Netflix. I like to go to the gym. I know it doesn't show. I've been sick for 3 weeks. So yeah, I like doing that, and I like to just eat. I think my favorite thing is to eat dim sum. That makes me happy.
Dim sum. What's your favorite dim sum?
Whoa, 虾饺、燒賣、豬腸粉、porridge. Whoa.
If you could only choose one.
Just one. Char siew bao.
Char siew bao.
I love char siew bao. And this place called Fu Lai. The char siew bao is the best.
Where's this Fu Lai?
Somewhere in Kepong lah.
Okay, I think we should
You won't
check
go
that
on
out.
lah.
I like food.
You like food, really?
I think my biggest expenditure for my income is on food.
Sip.
Right? I love food.
Yeah, what's your favorite food? Must say one. Mine I know already, very easy. Faster. 3, 2, 1.
Dim sum.
Wow, so
No.
creative.
No. Okay, fine. Jap food.
Japanese
Definitely.
food?
Japanese food.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cuisine, not a food, but still, it's okay.
Ramen.
Okay.
Okay?
That seems
like
that's
like
good.
in particular instant ramen.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I know it's unhealthy
It's
and
comfort
stuff.
food.
Yeah, and I love my comfort food, you see.
Mine is asam laksa. I love asam laksa. Like, you bring me anywhere, got asam laksa, I must try. But asam laksa, I've got conditions one. I need to be in the right attire. Now, both the camera woman and this guy right here, they are, if you're listening, you cannot see their expression. I want to explain to you that they are frowning in disbelief. Okay, so think about this. You go Penang by the side of the road, hot as hell. Why would you want to eat asam laksa that is also hot as hell, right? If I'm wearing something like this, I'm wearing a romper. Those of you who are listening in this podcast, I'm wearing a romper. Very airy, very cooling. And I know my outfit will not affect me because of the hot environment. I can enjoy my food. If I'm wearing a turtleneck, it will ruin my asam laksa experience.
Why would you wear a turtleneck
No,
in
you want to be
Penang?
atas, you want to be Steve Jobs, I don't know. So, what I'm trying to say is attire matters. So if I'm in a hot environment, I'm wearing cooling outfit, I can enjoy my food.
Okay.
It's one thing that a lot of people don't think about.
Logical, yes.
Right. Why you question my logic?
But why would you wear, I mean,
A turtleneck.
a turtleneck during...
No lah, okay,
You know?
turtleneck is an extreme, okay? Let's just say like, you're wearing an outfit that when you sweat, you got sweat patch. You got sweat
right.
patch, it looks gross. And then like those material, you know, girls wear like the chiffon, what satin, what. Go and eat asam laksa by the side of the road, you go sleep lah. You know, you don't waste time, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, cool.
Great tip. I hope my viewers or those of you listening, please understand that when you eat by the side of the road, very important to wear comfortable outfit.
Okay, agreed. Okay, last question.
Oh wow, a lot.
Do you have any regrets? And if you could turn back time,
Wow, such a big question.
what would you do differently with,
What would I do differently?
you know, whatever you have that's going on for you right now?
Oh man, I love my life. I really love my life, the ups and the downs. It really, really shaped the way I see things. I feel happy. I'm actually happy. Not a lot of people can say that, okay? Honestly,
Yeah?
not a lot of people can say that. I feel very happy. There are days that, of course, it challenges my patience. I don't regret anything I ever did. I love that I made the decision to jump into a production company without any experience. I love that the people that I meet, they make me cry, make me laugh. All these things put me to where I am today, and if tomorrow I die, I feel like I'm okay. But I feel I've lived a life that is by intention instead of by any kind of influence from anybody. So that, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah?
Such
So,
a big question, man.
No regrets, huh? Completely no,
No
regrets. You
regrets.
won't go back and do anything differently, like
Anything differently,
buy the correct camera or like
No.
you know. No, huh?
No, really don't have. Maybe the people I dated lah. Wow, I've dated really shitty people, man.
Really, huh?
Really shitty people. That's another podcast that I will
Yeah.
share with you.
Okay, so that's it for this episode, guys. I hope that
Yay.
you've learned something from
Yes.
Jenn here, right?
I hope you laugh a bit lah. At least like, if you didn't learn something, at least you laugh a bit.
And I think this is one of the more entertaining episodes
Wow,
on
Jeremy,
the HUSTLR
wow.
podcast because
Cheers. I hope you're drinking right now.
cheers.
Just water, H2O. Be healthy, okay?
So yeah, Jenn, once again, thank you so much for coming onto the show. I hope that you're the future content creators, like people who are looking to create content on their own, will find this episode insightful because I think we've talked a lot about
The love of creating.
the love of creating content and
Yeah.
how your life is like, so that you can at least explain to your loved ones, maybe this is how my life's gonna be like in the next 2 years or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like my journey is the same as everybody lah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
some people they chase it because of the money and they make money. There are people like that as well. Yeah, so mine is a little bit millennial, the way I see it. But there are people who actually make money from it, and maybe you should interview other people as well, content creators who actually make money, a lot of money, a lot.
Looking like basically starting out, wanting to make money as an influencer, you mean?
I think so, but I don't wanna be shady and call out names, so you figure out yourself.
Okay, so that's Jenn Chia.
Yes.
you know,
SoImJenn.
awesome personality,
Wow,
super talented,
thank you.
right? So, for those of you who have not seen her stuff, just go to Instagram, check out SoImJenn,
Yes.
SoImJenn.
Yes, the redundant N is for
The redundant
coolness.
Okay, that's it, guys. If you like this episode, remember to share it with your loved ones. And if you think, you know, you have a friend who wants to be an influencer, share this episode to them, and I think it will really help them. Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.